If you grow tomatoes, vegetables, or herbs, and you're tired of soil limitations, pests, and inconsistent results, this guide is for you. Before we get into the systems themselves, make sure you subscribe to Evergreen Garden YT because this channel is built for gardeners who want reliable harvests, not guesswork. Hydroponics is no longer experimental or complicated, and choosing the right system is what separates struggling growers from those harvesting heavy, clean produce year-round. Let's get straight into the 3 hydroponic systems that consistently deliver results for tomatoes, leafy vegetables, and herbs. Deep water culture remains the fastest way to grow leafy greens and herbs at home. Deep water culture, often called DWC, is one of the most forgiving and productive systems you can run, especially for basil, lettuce, spinach, kale, coriander, mint, and even young pepper plants. The concept is simple, but honestly extremely effective. Plant roots sit directly in an oxygenated nutrient solution, allowing constant access to water, nutrients, and oxygen. This eliminates drought stress completely and pushes growth rates far beyond soil. For practical setup, a standard DWC bucket or tote works perfectly. Use a net pot filled with inert media, like clay pebbles, making sure the bottom of the net pot barely touches the nutrient solution at first. Once roots grow down, the water level should sit about 2 centimeters below the net pot to prevent stem rot. Nutrient strength matters here. For leafy greens and herbs, an electrical conductivity range of 1.2 to 1.8 is ideal, while tomatoes in early vegetative growth can handle 2.0. Always maintain pH between 5.8 and 6.2 for optimal nutrient uptake. A single air stone connected to an aquarium pump is really non-negotiable. Oxygen keeps roots white and healthy, and without it, plants fail quickly. In warm climates, keep water temperature between 18 and 22 degrees Celsius to avoid root disease. Nutrient film technique systems deliver unmatched performance for herbs and compact vegetables. Nutrient film technique, or NFT, is the system commercial growers rely on for uniform, high-density production of herbs and leafy vegetables. In this system, a thin stream of nutrient solution constantly flows through channels, bathing the roots while leaving them partially exposed to air. NFT systems excel when precision matters. Use channels with a slight slope of about 1 centimeter per meter to ensure smooth nutrient flow without pooling. Herbs like basil, thyme, oregano, and parsley thrive in NFT, as do lettuce varieties and Asian greens. Tomatoes can be grown in NFT only when channels are wide and root zones are well managed, but for most growers, NFT is best kept for lighter crops. Nutrient ratios should be slightly leaner than DWC because roots are continuously fed. Aim for an EC of 1.4 to 1.8 for herbs and greens, with nitrogen levels balanced to prevent excessive soft growth. Calcium is critical in NFT, especially for fast-growing basil, so maintain proper calcium nitrate ratios in your nutrient mix. If you're using a 2-part fertilizer, a common working ratio is 3 parts base nutrients to 1 part calcium supplement. NFT systems demand attention. Pumps must run continuously, and power failures can stress plants quickly. However, the payoff is clean, soil-free produce with uniform size, fast turnover, and efficient nutrient use. For growers with limited space who want maximum output, NFT is hard to beat. Dutch bucket systems remain the gold standard for hydroponic tomatoes and fruiting vegetables. If your main goal is heavy tomato harvests, along with cucumbers, peppers, and eggplants, the Dutch bucket system is honestly the most reliable option available. This system gives large plants the root volume they need, while maintaining precise nutrient control. Each bucket drains back to a central reservoir, allowing reuse of nutrient solution and, stable feeding. Dutch buckets are filled with media like perlite or a perlite and cocoa coir mix. A common ratio is 70% perlite to 30% cocoa coir, which really balances drainage and moisture retention. Tomatoes planted in this system develop massive root systems, supporting tall vines and continuous fruit production over many months. Nutrient strength is higher here. For tomatoes, maintain an EC between 2.2 and 3.0, depending on growth stage, with higher potassium during flowering and fruiting. pH should remain between 5.8 and 6.3 to prevent nutrient lockout. Feeding cycles are usually timed, running irrigation several times per day, increasing frequency as plants mature and temperatures rise. Support is essential. Use trellising or vertical strings anchored overhead to manage vine growth and airflow. Pruning tomatoes to 1 or 2 main stems dramatically improves yield and fruit size in Dutch buckets. This system rewards growers who are willing to monitor nutrients, prune correctly, and maintain consistent feeding. But the payoff is professional-grade harvests that soil growers rarely achieve. Hydroponics is not about replacing gardening skill, but sharpening it. Choosing the right system for your crops is the foundation of success. Deep water culture delivers fast herbs and greens. NFT maximizes efficiency for compact vegetables, and Dutch buckets dominate fruiting crops, like tomatoes. When matched correctly, these systems produce cleaner, heavier, and more predictable harvests than soil ever could. If this guide helped you refine your hydroponic setup or plan your next system, subscribe to Evergreen Garden YT for more serious, experience-backed gardening content. Share this video with another gardener who's ready to move beyond trial and error and into consistent, high-yield growing.